What? You prefer number 4, but you're going to say number.
Well, just because the
Are you a politician?
No, the finish.
Good grief.
The finish.
I think 4. Number 1 might vote for me in the next election, so I don't want to alienate that group.
Well, this is just like I would say,
you are really good.
I would say this, but
I really prefer number 4.
This is just like his list.
That's my people
of under 40. Wild Turkey and Evan Williams Bourbon. It's just too good, and everybody knows about it, so it doesn't belong on the list. Nope. We're gonna go with other stuff. All right, welcome to another episode of Power Bourbon. Tonight we got something special. I hooked up the guys with a blind weeder flight. Now, they have no idea what they are. I had my wife come down and pour them, so I don't know the order, but all 4 of ours are in the same order. So the bottles that we are trying tonight are Rebel Yell 100. I can just set that right there. Standard Maker's Mark, which always gets looked over because it was kind of limited and hard to find, but fun. Maker's Mark 101. So this used to be duty free only. And then, of course, the ringer, the one that's supposed to win because it's, God's greatest gift on this green earth, Weller Special. So this is the tater bottle. So what the whole purpose I thought of with this blind is, are the taters right? Or is there another bottle of these other 3 that are readily available and easy to find and inexpensive that are going to beat this Weller without a question?
Let's look at MSRP real quick before we. I understand that like MSRP on Weller Special may or may not be a real thing, but like let's start with value. So Rebel Yell's like $20,
right? They're all right around the $20 range.
30.
No, it's 25.
Maker's a little more, I think. But okay, so maybe 25. I think I was actually just saw it 25 on sale. 101s, that's more than 25.
Yeah, I think that's 30, 35, maybe.
Okay,
maybe
and then Weller Special retail is probably like 30.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bigger bottle, but the last time I saw a smaller bottle at Sam's Club, I got it for 27, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so, secondary on that stupid thing is, well, it's stupid. It's like 70 to 100.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, side note, when I've traveled down to Oklahoma, it's all over the place and it's in the low to mid 20s. So if you got to scratch your Weller itch, just, I don't know, book a flight to Tulsa.
Or Ohio or Texas. Those 3 places, apparently you can find it. But for the rest of us, it's really hard and people go crazy for it. Like here in Louisville, when it hits Total Wine shelf, you've got exactly 5 minutes to get across town and get there. Otherwise, it's gone. And then it's instantly on the secondary market for, like Chuck said, crazy prices. So, I mean, I guess to be fair, MSRP, they're all equal. And we can say that. But I guess, so the overall question is it worth tracking down the Weller Special, or do these other 3 bottles just stand up? And you should have these on your shelf, enjoy them. And then if you happen to find a Weller Special, buy it, of course. But quit worrying about trying to find that Weller Special all the time and enjoy the other stuff.
Only other low-priced weeded that's not on this list is Larceny. Why'd you leave that off?
I'm not a big Larceny fan. I mean, what is it? So I did pick up the other day, and that was before or after I sent these. Larceny store pick that is amazing. Like it would probably win with this flight. But after
we don't have that in front of us because
I feel like you can't make those claims.
Yeah, because I feel like you were being a stingy friend right here.
I just picked it up last week, so like it was at the recommendation, and I'll give him a shout out.
You have a tendency to be like jump on the new stuff, so like I think I need to validate this claim prior to going on the channel.
This was a recommendation from a fellow YouTube channel member that is here in Louisville, Single Barrel Snob. Give him a shout out. He used to work at Westport and gave me great hookups on all types of stuff. He's the one that recommended the Rebel Yell 100 to both you and I, Chuck, when we bought it.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
Very clearly.
And now he works at Total Wine. So this was one of his recommendations. I got the last bottle. Totally worth it. Very glad I got it. But he had to sell it on me, let me try it beforehand, because after the Larceny barrel proof fiasco, I was not a fan of Larceny. So
no.
So let's get in on this.
All right. So we're giving tasting notes on number 1.
Yep. So it's got a great.
I did a quick like just nosed all 4, and number 1 is the winner as far as the nose, like just tons of cherry.
Yep. Oh yeah. A little bit of vanilla in there.
Mm-hmm. Like that's that cherry cordial.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Very sweet. Little bit of spice on the back end. Mm-hmm.
That's really, well balanced all the way through. Like it never really lets up. Nice flavor in the palate.
Yeah. And that's the other
and
good
all
thing.
these are lower proof too.
Yes.
So it's like the finish and being wheaters, like they tend to be sweeter anyway, but they tend to maybe not have as strong of a finish either, because you're not getting that rye spice at the end. That's a good finish.
I mean, this number 1 is solid all around.
Yep.
I hope the rest of them is good.
I know. This, it's going to be a good night, and I think this just goes back to reiterate. Man, you can find some cheap stuff.
Do we have speculations on what this is?
Oh,
I have a guess.
I have like a really good idea, but no saying anything. Keep it to yourself. Honestly, rank them. We're not going to try to pick them out. I want them honestly ranked, and then we'll reveal.
Try to pick them out. That's what we do.
Yeah, well, it's a competition, is it not? Who can get them right? Who's wrong? I'm usually wrong.
He admits it. That time you're right.
I would say both with us and his wife.
Let's not confuse me being wrong with you being right. Okay. I'll say number 2, I feel like doesn't quite have the same flavor profile.
It's
a
muted.
Little bit less complexity.
Muted is the right word.
Like there's hints of stuff back there. It's pleasant. Yep. I could drink it. It would be one that I could just keep drinking and like keep hoping to find flavor. But yeah, it's very muted. It's like when somebody's talking to you underwater, they're there. You can hear them, but you just don't get the full effect.
Yeah, this is one where I'm tasting it, and I feel like this is a $30 bottle. It's nice, not great, has some flavor, nothing exceptional. I feel like this is, whatever it is, around that $30 price range is what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get a little bit of oak and char on the palate, and that subtle sweet cherry note on the nose, and then the finish is just falls off. It's not lingering at all.
Yeah, it's a very quick finish.
Number 3.
It's got a better nose. A
little better nose. I pick up like a grassy, a little bit of a grassy note on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Like a wet hay.
Yeah.
I feel like I get a little bit of herbal with the hay, maybe.
That kind of comes through on the palate and finish as well.
Yeah. It's got an interesting note on the finish. I don't know exactly what that is.
I agree.
It's got the strongest finish out of the 3 so far. Not necessarily the most pleasant finish, but the strongest.
Yeah. I was gonna actually describe that kind of the lingers. I don't know if abrasive is the right word, but it's just kind of one of those. I have a little bit of that reaction where you just kind of like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of want to get that out of my mouth.
Yeah. And this is the first one I get some of that ethanol heat. Like I can taste the alcohol there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure which one 3 is, but I'd say right now if I were to rank them.
1, 2, 3.
Number 4 comes back with the nose. You get a little bit of hay maybe, but not nearly as bad as number 3.
Ooh.
More of that sweet cherry note.
I'd say it's pleasant but subtle. Like if I were to go back to 4, and I have a feeling if I go back to 2 and especially 1.
4's got a what is it? The red hot finish. That's what it is. It's got a red hot finish.
Oh, I do like myself a cinnamon finish. That is pleasant.
Yeah, it definitely goes sweet to just that. It tastes just like a red hot.
This probably has I would classify that as the best finish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The palate kind of takes a break on you. I like, well, like 1 and 2 had more of that sweet vanilla caramel notes.
Yeah. And I almost wonder if that's because the finish is so pronounced that it just mutes out the palate and then the finish just hits in. Well, I know I can say number 3 is by far the worst. So I'm just going to put that.
I think that's
exactly where I'm at.
Way there.
Unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
I have no desire to taste that again right now.
Nope. At least for me, number 1 is still in first place. And I think, honestly,
that's your final answer? Like you're not reconsidering this?
No, I'm going to reconsider. I'm just saying. Like,
okay.
Right now, I'm going to go between
middle of the way.
2 and 4, and I have a feeling 4 is going to surpass 2.
I'd agree.
And then it'll
I'm
be
in the same
between
place.
Keep your thoughts to yourself. Way to make this unbiased. Jeez.
Goodness.
You'd be easily influenced.
Oh, you're weak-minded?
I'm ignoring you. Sipping corn after eating corn. Like that's what I'm about.
Corn after eating corn. That's right. All right. I have my order. I was indecisive, but I didn't overthink it. And now I'm done.
The nosing impression on number 1 was just so impressive initially. But some of the others have opened up a bit. And so I think that gap is less.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the finish on number 4 was nice.
Oh, it's down between 1 and 4 for me also.
Oh yeah.
See? Then we're in the same boat.
Right.
Don't tell me, Brian, that I should have made a decision already. King of indecision.
No, I didn't say that you should have made a decision already. I said I just think you're overthinking it.
I need more data.
You know, you can run the data again and again, but if you get the same result every time,
well, I'm out. So it's like here we go.
I'm out.
Decision hath been made. I love the nose on number 1. Had that just hit you initially with the sweet and the cherry note. I think they leveled out over time. The finish on number 4 is what drove me to that one. Like that's the tasting experience that I want. I want it to linger a little bit. I want that little bit of spice. Still a weeder, so you're still getting that sweet coming through in the palate and the finish. It's not as spicy as a rye, but yeah, I like it. Number 4.
So you went 4, then 1.
4, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Brian?
Gosh, I'm so close here. I'm going back and forth.
You literally were like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah, I know. But then you got talking. You actually made a lot of valid points.
You had one person.
Okay.
I blamed you.
Well, we'll go. So here's what I'm going to say.
Hold on. Time out. We'll let Brian think a little bit hard. Let the brain process.
I'm going with this. Like you, I think my personal preference leads me to number 4. But I think overall, number 1 is better.
Okay. So you're going 1,
so
4.
I think you prefer number 4, but you're going to say number.
Well, just because the.
Are you a politician?
No,
the finish.
Good grief.
The finish.
I think 4. Number 1 might vote for me in the next election, so I don't want to alienate that group.
Well, this is just so like I was say,
you are really good.
I would say this, but
I really prefer number 4.
This is just like his list.
That's my people
of under 40. Wild Turkey and Evan Williams Bourbon. It's just too good, and everybody knows about it, so it doesn't belong on the list. Nope. We're gonna go with other stuff.
You gotta put things in boxes somehow. And we got to play to our strengths. I just talk in circles long enough, and people forget about what I'm saying. So then I can just say whatever I want.
Okay.
Except we still hold you accountable for what you say.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the finish of number 4, but I think the overall quality of what is offered on number 1 is better.
So you're going number 1.
1 is the best. 1. So 1, 4, okay. 2, 3.
Correct.
All right.
TJ, break the tie.
I would say I'm going 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, like, again, 1 had a great nose, and it was good across the board, but 4 just had all that stuff, but then took it up a notch with the finish. So I go with number 4. So
the reveal, big reveal.
The big reveal.
What are these? This has got to be number 4. This has got to be Makers 101.
So we'll go reverse order.
You're going back. Okay, that's Rebel Yell 100.
Okay. Yes. So number 3 is Rebel Yell 100. So what's number 2?
For $20, like you can't, like that's
right.
That's drinkable. Oh, yeah. That's drinkable juice at $20.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So then what's number 2?
Says the guy that said the guy who said he's not going to finish it. That's drinkable juice. I mean, not for me, but for you, maybe it's drinkable.
Hey, I got a bottle on my shelf. Now it's been there a year.
Is it still full, sir? I bet it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I drank it maybe a month ago. 2 months ago.
Okay. So what do we think is number 2? Third
I'm going to say regular Makers.
Regular Makers.
That's what I'm going with.
Weller Special.
I was wondering. I'm like, oh.
And yes, number 1 is regular Makers. That cherry note just gives it away. If you've had Makers, you know cherry cordial is absolutely what it is. It's amazing. And that number 1 for us, which is number 4, was the Makers 101, which is normal Makers, but with a little bit more spice and pepper finish, and just takes it up a notch and is amazing. So
I just want to make a comment. Like, I've been traveling recently, so when you travel, you get questionable bourbon. So like I lean towards the Makers basically is what's available. Makers, Knob Creek. And then glass just makes such a difference. And so it's like they serve you typically at a bar in like this open mouth glass, and it just ruins the nosing experience. And like you don't get that like sniffing the Makers here in this Glencairn, like you just get that wonderful cherry note, and like you just lose that entirely in an open wide brim glass. So drink whiskey. I don't care if you put ice in it, but drink it out of a proper Glencairn or some other whiskey glass that allows the aromas to come up to your nose.
Here.
Makes a difference.
So once again, as every time we've ever looked at it, the taters don't know always what they're talking about. Yes, there's a reason people chase after it. It's good, but it's good at MSRP. But there's other stuff that are just as good, if not better, out there. Don't fall into the hype. Explore. There's a reason we all have a lot of bourbons on those shelves, because there's a lot of good stuff out there. Once again, thanks for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments below, all the ways Brian messed up, because we enjoy seeing those. And we'll see you next time.
Stay neat.
Power of bourbon.